Hi, this is a seminar on how to sell your house in today's market. I'm Laura Leiden with Keller Realty, Associate Broker, GRI, ABR, and I am here to help you understand today's market and what it takes to get it sold. My goal is to provide you with information to help you sell your house in today's market. Part of that is understanding the reality of the market today and what your options are. This way, when you decide to sell, you'll have an idea of what it will take to get your house sold. A word about my background. I was a high school art teacher when I started out, and then I had my wholesale calligraphy company for over 20 years. I bought my first house at 27 as a single woman, and about over 20 years later sold it and bought 2 more houses closer to where I lived and rented them out, remodeled them. I enjoyed it so much and found that it used my creativity so much that I bought 2 more and remodeled those, and then decided it was time for me to help others in buying and selling their properties. I became a realtor in January of 2008, just in time for the mortgage meltdown, which actually ended up being a good thing because I was here to really help people understand the market and to get their homes sold. Can your house sell in today's market? That's the question for today. What have you heard about the real estate market now? The media makes it seem hopeless to sell a house today. And yes, it is a challenge to get houses closed, and yet houses get sold every day. Yes, it is harder to get approved for a loan, and yet lenders are lending money out every day. Yes, foreclosures are in the market, and yet two-thirds of the sales in 2011 in the Athens area were fair market value properties. Yes, if you are willing to do what it takes to make it a sellable condition, and if you are willing and able to price your property at current fair market value, then yes, it is very likely you can sell your house in today's market. Here's a step-by-step plan on how. First, there's some questions you need to ask yourself. 1, why am I selling? Do you need to sell? Do you have to sell? Are you really certain that you want to sell? This is not really a market to go fishing and just see what happens. It's a challenging market, and you need to determine, are you sure you want to sell? Question number 2, what do I owe on my property? Do you owe a lot of money and the fair market value is below what you owe? That's called being upside down. And either it's not a good time to sell, or it would bear questions on foreclosures and short sales, which is not what this seminar is about. Or have you paid off your mortgage? You have a paid-for house, or you've paid off a lot of your mortgage. For this seminar, let's assume you, 1, are motivated to sell, and 2, you have enough equity in your home that you can price your house today at the fair market value. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. What does the Athens, Georgia real estate market look like for the year ending in 2011? Here is a graph, and the light blue shows you the houses each month, the number of listings that were available each month. And the dark blue shows you the number of houses in Clark County that actually sold. A buyer's market is when you have 7 months or more of inventory. A seller's market is when you have 5 months or less of inventory. And a balanced market is 5 to 7 months. Right now in Clark County, we have over 22 months worth of inventory. Clearly a buyer's market. Buyers are in the driver's seat. They are determining property values right now. And right now, it is a cross between a price war and a beauty pageant. You've got to price competitively, and your property has to be gorgeous. There are 3 things that sell a house in any and every market: location, price, and condition. Number 1, location. We can't do anything about it. Your property is where it is. There are 2 things you can, as a seller, do something about, and one is price and the other is condition. So let's talk about price. Price is king right now. The challenge is figuring out the best price to get activity and offers, and yet to be within the market. A lot of pricing misconceptions. One is, it isn't what you need to get out of it. It isn't what you paid for it. It isn't what your neighbor says it's worth. It's not even what another agent says it's worth. The fair market value right now is what a buyer is willing to pay for it. In order to determine price, one has to look at the comparables of similar properties in the area. We look at properties that are active listings, that means properties that are for sale, under contract properties that have offers on them, and sold properties. And in sold, you can see the actual price that the property sold for. This graph shows you that in the first 4 weeks, 76% of your viewers are going to happen in the first 4 weeks if your property is priced correctly. And that's why it is so crucial to figure out the right price to get activity immediately. Remember, this is a price war. Your property has to be perceived as the best value compared to other similar properties that the buyers are looking at. You want the offer for your property, not for everybody else's property. The third thing is condition. Does the property need repairs? How is the curb appeal? Is the property outdated by today's buyer standards? How does the condition compare to other properties on the market now? Right now, the norm for properties to get the best offer, or any offer, is it's freshly painted, neutralized colors, it's cleaned thoroughly, all visible repairs completed, and a cleaned or new carpet. Some houses are offered as is, typically foreclosures. Even many of the foreclosures, though, have new paint and carpet. Remember, this is a beauty pageant. In increasing your home's appeal, remember the 60-second rule. You have only one opportunity to make a winning first impression. Look at your property with an unbiased eye. Don't forget to declutter, neutralize colors, and pay special attention to the front door and entryway. Wash, clean up, paint. Make your house sparkle. It needs to be in pristine condition. What needs to be done specifically to your house to make it up to snuff against the competition? That would require a case-by-case determination. Does this feel overwhelming? Can't do it all yourself? You are not alone. Most people do need help with this. There are people in every arena to help you that you can hire. Landscapers, painters, carpenters, carpet people, even people who will do estate sales for you. Or you can enlist your family for help. In summary, are you motivated to sell? Do you have enough equity in your home to sell your house at fair market value? Are you willing to price your property at today's fair market value? And 4, are you willing to update your house to sellable conditions? Remember, there are 3 things that sell a house: location, price, and condition. If you can find the balance of these 3 items to today's buyer's standards, then you can sell your house in today's market. I very much appreciate your time. If you have any questions, please be sure to get in touch with me at laura@lauraleiden.com. And also my office number is 706-316-2900, extension 209. I look forward to hearing from you, and please let me know if this has been helpful. Bye-bye.